Hello, Leo. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your monthly wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of July 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Leo, excuse me, with a New Moon Intention Oracle card. It's a brand new Oracle deck that I just got, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I do want to apologize if you hear my fan going in the background. I live in Las Vegas. We have been dealing with excessive heat warnings. It was 116 degrees yesterday, so I don't know how hot it's going to be today, but I do need to have the fan going so I don't get overheated. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, Leo, and see what shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2021. All right. Okay. So you've got a lot of stuff starting in July, Leo. Looks like you've got some new projects. Maybe you might be starting a new job, some of you. And you have to make a decision because you've got so many things going on. So let's see. Okay. All right, Leo. So as we move into the new month of July, like I said, you've got some new things happening here. Looks like you finally get some movement on a project that was stuck. There's obviously a financial tie, a financial connection to this, because that's the whole theme of this reading. But you've got some really strong cards here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is a brand new source of income showing up for you. Now, this could be a new job. This could be a new business that finally takes off. It could be you sell something. Maybe you've had something for sale online for months and you finally sell it. The other thing is, and I know I say this a lot, but there's also some cryptocurrency energy coming from that card. I know not everybody is into Bitcoin, but I do want to encourage you, from what I'm seeing, looking at these cards, Leo, if you are not, I mean, I'm not going to give you, investing advice, but if you're not familiar with what's going on in the crypto world and in the crypto markets, I really encourage you at least to get educated and see if there is something there that resonates with you. Again, this is not going to apply to everybody, and not everybody wants to, get involved with Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for that matter. But from what I'm seeing, with a lot of the signs and with the readings I do off camera for people who ask me specifically about Bitcoin, I do see that there is a lot of potential there. So for those of you who are not involved in that or who have no interest in that, again, this could be a brand new business, a brand new job offer. Like I said, there's definitely a new source of income coming your way. Next, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands talks about communication is really opening up. Now, there could have been maybe a business partner, coworker, manager, maybe somebody that you were communicating with, and it looks like things just kind of are going really smooth once we move into this new month. Looks like it's a very respectful relationship. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be something professional. It could also be something in your personal life where, maybe your partner or your spouse, because there's always a financial tie there, but it just looks like the communication is getting better. Like I said, with this Ace of Swords here, something that has been stuck or stagnant or on hold for a while finally gets some movement, and this is good because that's definitely going to increase your money. It's going to increase your wealth flow. There's also more opportunity there. Like I said, the card of Ace of Swords is all about breakthroughs. It's all about really emerging from, I guess, the lower levels. And now you are really starting to up-level your life and up-level your money. The Two of Swords tells me you have to make a decision. Because you've got so many things going on, or will soon have a lot of things going on, Leo, you're going to have to make a decision. And it's going to be tough because you're going to want to do everything. But I have to let you know now that trying to do it all isn't the best way to make money. I talk to a lot of people as it relates to money and finances, and all of them kind of say the same thing, just a little differently, that doing more is not always the best way to make more money. Okay, so I want to share that with you because I don't want you to feel like you have to do everything. Now, everything can get done, but it doesn't have to be physically accomplished by you. So keep that in mind as you make these decisions, Leo, because like I said, there's definitely going to be a lot of opportunity, a lot of ways for you to grow and make money. And yeah, you're just going to have to be really, really discerning and figure out what's going to be the best way to spend your time and spend your efforts. The Two of Pentacles tells me that you've got to pay attention to your budget, make sure that everything is, you know, lining up, make sure the numbers match. It's just one of those things where you really have to stay on top of it. Even if you can get ahead of the game, if you can pay your bills a month in advance, this is telling me that's going to serve you really, really well. Not because, you know, you don't have the money, but sometimes just being a few steps ahead of the game as it relates to finances really, really gives you a lot of clarity. And it puts you in a much powerful, you know, much more powerful position to make some decisions, because when you know you've got things covered for the next, say, 2-3 months, then you're a lot more confident, you know, maybe taking some small risks here and there, or maybe, you know, taking time off, you know, say from work so you can focus on your business. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you're in a position to kind of pay your bills ahead, now would be a great time to do so. Finally, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups talks about some type of assistance, some type of help coming as it relates to your money. Now, the Knight of Cups tells me that this is going to be something personal, but there will be a financial benefit to you because of it. So it could be a dear friend that offers to loan you money. It could be a relative that decides to invest in your business, or, you know, decides to pay, you know, pay off, you know, your school tuition. I don't know. It could be anything, but it looks like you're going to get some type of assistance from someone close to you, and there will be a financial benefit in connection to that. So that's very, very exciting. All right, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances. Prosperity and abundance for the month of July 2021. Okay, so as we move into the second week of July, I can see here that you do actually create space in your life for something new, something more money even. The Queen of Swords, she is that energy of removing the unnecessary. It looks like you clearly do that once we move into the second week of July. Now, what I'm also picking up here is that there could be a distancing from someone that you know in order to, you know, kind of get yourself in a stronger financial position. I say that because of this Two of Cups here in the reverse. This is a separation of some degree. This is, you know, maybe not necessarily breaking up of a relationship, but it is taking a couple steps back, you know, and maybe not being too associated with a specific person because you know that it just doesn't reflect well on you. And because you're trying to establish yourself, you're trying to preserve your, you know, reputation, even your professional standing. It could be that you're trying to work with particular clients, and maybe somebody in your circle or in your network doesn't necessarily kind of flow with that. So you are finding that, okay, if I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, I really need to get away from this person because, you know, they're just not helpful, or they're not supportive, or they have a tendency to kind of ruin things before they even get started. So that's what I'm picking up with this here. Again, that could be related to this Queen of Swords here, because remember, she is all about removing what is unnecessary. Next, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse tells me that there's some financial assistance that you're expecting, but it doesn't quite come through. Doesn't mean it's not coming. It just means that it probably falls short of the date that you were expecting it. Could be the amount is less than what you were hoping for, or maybe there's just more paperwork that has to be done before the thing is finalized. Could be a loan application, could be, I don't know, maybe a grant or something for some of you. It could also be something related to investing. That's what I'm also getting from that card. Like there's an investment that doesn't quite pan out how you expected. It's not like it's going to be a huge loss. It's just not as exciting and as vibrant as you thought it would be. Next, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands means pay attention to what people are doing at work. I do feel like there is somebody who is not quite who they say they are. And what I mean by that is sometimes people present themselves in a certain way, but then when you kind of dig deeper, you can see that they misrepresented themselves. Either they don't have the money they claim they have, or they don't have the experience that they say they do, or they don't have the connections or the ability, or whatever it is. When I see this in the reverse, it tells me that somebody is misrepresenting themselves. Not necessarily lying per se, but they're just kind of maybe enhancing the truth to some degree. Next, we have the Moon card, and I feel like these two cards are related because the Moon talks about revelations. It talks about things being exposed, information coming out, things coming to the surface where, you're no longer in the dark about something. You do finally see the situation for what it is. So this is a very good card because it's an enlightening card. The Moon tells us that yes, there is some information you didn't know, and here it is. All right, Leo, let's see what else is showing up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Wow. For the month of July 2021. All right, so it looks like you're going to be getting a lot more information as we move into the second half of July. Looks like it's going to be pretty good, though, so get ready for that, Leo. First, we got the Six of Pentacles. Be careful about being overly generous with your time, your resources, and your money. The Six of Pentacles talks about giving too much, at least when he shows up in the reverse. When he shows up in the reverse, you have to kind of put some boundaries up for yourself so you don't overgive and overextend yourself. This happens a lot sometimes, especially when we're working at the job and we want to make a good impression, or we're trying to get a raise or a promotion or whatever it may be. Just be careful with that, okay? Pay attention to how much you're giving and exactly who are you giving to. Make sure it's a mutually beneficial thing. Next, we got the Four of Swords. This is a card about taking action. Show up for yourself in a very big way. Make the phone call, send the emails, go out to the networking events, make those connections because it definitely will benefit you. The second half of July is all about you showing up and taking action. And again, that's definitely going to impact your financial standing as well. Next, we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. This is news. Now, it's interesting. I got 2 pages in the reverse here, which tells me you're going to get some answers about something, and it's not going to be what you probably are expecting to hear. I'm not picking up that it's bad news because we have this Ten of Cups right here in the middle, but I am picking up that there is going to be an answer back on something, and it's just not going to be what you want. It's not like it's a horrible thing, but, like let's say you're waiting to hear back for a job, And you do hear back, but they, they say, okay, can you start in a month, and maybe you wanted to start next week. Or they say, okay, we're going to pay you this much, but you were expecting to make, say, maybe at least double that. It's one of those situations where it's just not what you want to hear. But like I said, it's not bad news. It's just not what it is that you want, right? Because you have financial goals. You're trying to do some things here, and you need to make sure that, everything else kind of falls in line with what it is you're trying to create, with the outcome and the results you're trying to get. So it looks like I said, you're going to get some news, some information. Could be a phone call, an email, whatever, and it's just not going to be what you want. Finally, we have the Four of Cups. Again, this kind of resonates with what I said here. The Four of Cups talks about you getting an offer, but it's not exactly what you're hoping for. Now, again, this is not anything bad. Depending on how strategic you can be and exactly what it is you're trying to do, sometimes these things can work out in your favor. Let's say that you're trying to make some connections, or you're trying to learn a particular industry, and you get a job and the pay is really crappy, but the thing is that now you've got a foot in the door for this particular industry, or you've got a foot in the door to meet these specific people who work in this particular company or who work in this particular industry. Or maybe you want to learn the ins and outs of a particular business, so you take a crappy job just so you can see what's going on behind the scenes. So again, it just depends on exactly what you're trying to do, how you're trying to raise yourself up, how you're trying to expand your knowledge and your experience so you can create more money and more wealth. All right, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances. Prosperity and abundance for the month of July 2021. All right, so when all is said and done, Leo, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff on your own, okay? You're going to make the conscious decision to work independently and to work solo. And, that's going to be a little scary. It may be a little uncomfortable for some of you, but at the same time, you know that this is what you need to do. And the good thing is that you're going to really be able to create the outcome and the results that you want. Because I'm looking at these cards here, and these are very strong cards here. But let's start with the Hangman. The Hangman tells me that there's something that you're probably not, it's like there's something you need to do, but you're procrastinating on it, Leo. But the thing is once you make that move and take that first step, it's like literally the floodgates are going to open for you, okay? There's going to be more money, more opportunity, more, potential for more customers, more clients, whatever. The thing is sometimes you just have to understand that you have to make the first move. And I say that again because it fell on this Four of Swords here. Remember, that was the card of taking action and showing up for yourself. So you really have to do that. Don't hesitate, because you're getting in your own way, if you do that. Next, we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Now, she's a very grounded energy. She's also someone who, I'm feeling like there's a little bit of unstableness energy as it relates to her. Why? Not because she's not capable, but because she's just kind of, she's not clear about the direction she wants to go. And when you're not solid on what it is that you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, things just kind of haphazardly kind of show up. Now, the thing is like I'm picking up that this is kind of like a temporary thing, because I'm looking at these other cards and they tell me that once you do figure it out, you very clearly move in the right direction and you actually make a lot of progress, because we've got the King of Cups and the Emperor. The Emperor is the card of control, is the card of results, is the card of getting things done. He's a very masculine, driven energy card. The thing about the masculine is that is the energy that really wins big in business. It's the energy that really drives people to achieve more, do more, be more, and have more. the other thing about the Emperor is that he's the one that's really in control, right? He's the one calling the shots. He's the one that's making the decisions, and he's also the one that is determining what goes where and when. So the thing is with the King of Cups too is that this is a very emotionally stable card. So that's why I know that you may be going through some temporary emotional stuff here, but by the time we close out the month of July, you're going to be in a very good place emotionally, mentally, and I want to say spiritually as well. Why? Because the King of Cups is a very emotionally stable card. You know, he's a very logical, analytical thinker. He doesn't allow his emotions to get in the way of making decisions or taking actions. He knows what needs to be done. He's the type that follows through. And because of that, he is winning. And he is getting and growing. So with these two cards on your side, you definitely are in a powerful position. Next we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card about working independently. I think I've already mentioned that. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff on your own, Leo. But again, you're fully equipped. You're fully capable of doing so. And I think you're going to be much happier working alone and working independently. So overall, Leo, your month is pretty solid. The thing is like you're kind of going through some changes here. And once you kind of embrace those changes and understand what it is that you need to do to accommodate those changes, things really get much clearer for you, and then you develop a really good plan of action to take you further. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and close out your reading with the New Moon Intention Oracle card. This is a deck by Sage Goddess. I just got it, and I really, really like it. So you got card number 27. It's called Healed Lineage. My ancestors, past, present, and future, are invited to move into healed space now as I unlock the keys to karmic patterns and recode my lineage for peace. And recode my lineage for peace. As my ancestors heal, all generations backward and forward find their way to light. Wow, that is very powerful. The stone you have is dioptase, and the essential oil that you can work with this month is called Bay Laurel. So Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.